So in today's video, I'll show you how to set up the TP-Link Ax3000 router, and this is the Archer AX55 model. And if you're looking to buy one of these, I'll leave a link right below the video, so feel free to check that out. So I've opened the box up. I'm going to pull the tray out, and let's see what we have inside. We have the quick installation guide, a few more pieces of documentation. We have the router itself. We have an Ethernet cable, and last but not least, we have the power adapter. And next, I'm going to remove the router from its plastic packaging and then remove this piece of protective packaging from the top of the router, and then peel the plastic protective packaging from all four antennas. And in the next step, we're going to connect the router to your modem or box that your internet service provider has installed in your home. Now, in case you have a modem like I do, you want to make sure that it is unplugged from the wall outlet. However, if you do not have a modem and you cannot turn off the box that your internet service provider has mounted, that's not an issue. You can continue to the next step. And for the next step, you're going to plug in the provided Ethernet cable to the port on the back of your modem or internet service provider's box, and then you're going to plug the other end into the blue port on the back of the router, and now your modem or box is connected directly to the router. And then I'm going to plug the jack of the provided power adapter into the port on the back of the router, and then you're going to plug your modem back into your power outlet so it starts to boot up, and then give your modem about 2 minutes to go through its boot up sequence. But in case you weren't able to power down your modem or internet service provider's box, that's okay. You can skip this step, and you want to make sure the power button is pushed in, and then you want to plug your router into a wall outlet. And once you do that, you'll notice that the router goes through its boot up sequence. All the lights will go through a blinking sequence, and eventually, if all is well, you'll notice that all four LEDs on the left will turn to a solid green. And we're going to perform the rest of the setup using the TP-Link Tether app. And the procedure is pretty much identical whether you're using an Android device or an iPhone. I'm going to go into my app store, and if you're using an Android device, you want to go to the Play Store, and you're going to search for Tether. And the first search result you should see is the TP-Link Tether app. Tap Get to begin downloading the app. Tap Open, and once the app opens up, you have two checkboxes to check. I'm going to check both. Tap Continue, and then there's a little pop-up that says, do you want to allow Tether to find devices on local networks? I'm going to tap Allow, and then on the next page, I'm going to tap I've already given local network permission, and on the next page, it asks you to either log in to your existing TP-Link account or create a TP-Link ID. Now, this is a pretty simple and straightforward process to create your TP-Link ID. I already have one, so I'm going to log into my account. And then it asks me whether I'd like the app to send me notifications. I'm going to tap Don't Allow. And since my iPhone has Face ID, I can turn on Face ID to actually log into my TP-Link account. And I'm going to turn this on, but it's entirely optional. And then tap Complete. And then it says on that main page, no devices found, which is okay. We're going to tap Add Device. And then you're going to tap Standard routers, and it's asking you to check the color of the LEDs on the front. And in our case, as we've already seen, our LEDs are a solid green, so you want to tap LEDs are solid on. And on the next page, it asks us to use our phone's camera to scan the QR code, which is on the bottom of the router. And as you can see, I flipped the router over, and there is that QR code on the bottom left-hand corner, and we're going to scan it using our phone to actually connect to the default network on this router. So I'm going to tap Enable Camera and Scan, and then tap Allow. And once I scan the QR code, it asks me whether I'd like to join this network. Tap Join. And as you can see here, it's found our device, which is the Archer AX55. And then you can tap Set up this device. And then it asks us to connect the router to your modem, which we've already done. So tap Next. And then it asks us to restart our modem, which we've already done. Tap Modem is restarted, and on the next page it asks us to set the device password. Now this isn't the Wi-Fi network password. This is just a password to access this device and make changes to it. So I'm going to create a password, and then it asks you to confirm the password. And once you've done that, tap next. And next it says connect your device to the internet. And you want to leave the default settings in place and tap next. And then it wants us to set a wireless network name and password. Now this is the name of your Wi-Fi network and the password for it. In my case, I've called it Vortex Test. You can call it anything you like. And let's enter a password. Then tap done and then tap next. And then it asks you what time of the day you'd like it to perform auto updates. And in my case, I've left the default in place, which is 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then I'm going to tap enable auto update. And then it asks to confirm your settings and apply. So you want to check your Wi-Fi password and remember it and tap apply. And it is applying our settings. And then it asks you whether you'd like to join this new network called Vortex Test. And this is the network I just created. Tap join. And it is saying that it's logging into Archer AX55. And it says congratulations, you can now enjoy the internet. Tap finish. And then it brings you back to the home page of the app where your device has been added and is working well. And now any device in your home can connect to this router using the network name and password that we just created. And this is pretty much all the setup that you need to do to get this router up and running. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're looking to buy one of these routers, I'll leave a link right below the video, so feel free to check that out. And if you have any questions or comments about the setup process, please leave me a comment below. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel for more reviews, unboxings, and how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.